Hello. Very good afternoon, everyone. Uh, hi, this is Vignesh, founder director for the Subtronica Group. Uh, I guess we can start the presentation now. Okay. So let me. Hi, yeah. This is Vignesh from the Subtronica Group. Just a brief about ourselves before we begin to today's presentation. We are a startup India recognized company and a implementation partner for Dassault Systems SolidWorks and a technology partner for Siemens Digital Software Industries. Okay, BOM Creator is a tool developed by our team which works on top of your SolidWorks 3D CAD system, right? So since today we'll be talking more on the subject of automation of bill of materials. So let's start from the basics. We create bill of materials to understand number of fabrication parts, manufacturing parts, bought out items in any machine. It basically enable the purchase team to understand what are the items which are required to be purchased, what are the bought out items, etc. So we get the details of weight, different grades of material being used in our machine. We get to understand what are required to be outsourced, what are required to be manufactured in-house, etc. So a bill of material becomes a very critical component for any manufacturing process, right? So in SolidWorks, we all are a SolidWorks user. So right, so in SolidWorks, you might already know that there's a basic functionality which helps you create bill of materials in SolidWorks. Top level BOM, parts only BOM, indented BOM. So top level BOM is nothing but detail of all the items available in the first level of any given main assembly, right? Parts only BOM is something which gives you the details of all the SolidWorks part details. And when you talk about the SolidWorks indented BOM, it's like the parent-child relationship BOM of each and every sub-assembly, etc. Sub-assembly parts, hardware, BOP, etc. Right. So, in spite of having these basic functionality of bill of material available in our 3D CAD system, there are challenges. There are areas where we face issues in day-to-day life. Right. The first and foremost thing is like the integration with our SAP and ERP system. Right. So now, if you look at the manufacturing industries today, more than 80% of industries do have some kind of ERP or SAP system established in place. Okay, and designers normally they spend a lot of time in uploading bombs and preparing bomb in the same. So how do they do it? They either type each and every part number manually with respective details, or prepare some Excel format out of your 3D CAD system, update it with respect to the ERP system, and upload it. Right. We see a lot of chaos between different departments of the organization because of a incomplete or a wrong bomb. Okay, so now why does a bomb becomes incomplete or wrong? Because we are preparing it manually. So when I'm doing a manual job, so there are chances I do a mistake, and this mistake is not identified during the design phase, but is identified during the assembly or the production stage, which actually causes a lot of delay in project as well. Next important thing is like in a machine, in any given machine, we have manufacturing parts, hardware, BOP items listed out, right? So now it becomes really challenging when we release the purchase department needs only the details of the bought out and the hardware items. Production department needs only the details of manufacturing parts, right? So it becomes again a tedious job to sit down and segregate the details of each and every item with respect to the respective department in requirement. Another challenge is like for every project we do have a set delivery date, right? So now when we get an order, let's say I'm supposed to deliver my machine in within, let's say, 4 weeks of time or 6 weeks of time from the date of purchase order, right? So now with this, I'm supposed to plan my engineering, production, manufacturing, transportation, packing, etc. within that span of time, right? So it is really critical to plan the project based on the lead time of each and every component, the manufacturing lead time or the purchase lead time. Otherwise, we get our project end up getting delayed. Next is tracking of release of drawings. So now designers prepare drawings and release them. So now different departments in the organization comes to the design department for the drawings. So now what happens is sometimes we maintain a record of like the issue slip or the released or drawing detail slip in some kind of Excel and get a receiving from the different departments. Or we maintain a record in the register of the details of drawings released, right? So now if we miss those entry, we end up re-releasing same drawing again and again to the same department, same person again and again. Next is the actualized costing. So every project has a project cost, right? So there's a budget allocated for every project, right? So now when I'm doing costing, so it becomes really important, right? I consider all the necessary manufacturing parameters, right? So like the material cost, fabrication cost, transportation, packing, consumable items, etc. So it is really important. If we miss any of the major cost component, we get project budget issues later after receiving the order. Last is the handling of production of multiple machines. So we get orders in day-to-day life and day-to-day activities. We get a lot of orders, right? So now, so executing them perfectly, managing them accurately with minimum scrap and a minimum amount of time is another basic challenge which we see in our day-to-day life. So understanding these issues in the manufacturing industry, we came up with a solution which we are calling as BOM Creator, right? So let me take you to the software directly now. So this BOM Creator is completely fully integrated to your SolidWorks 3D CAD system, right? So you can access all your buttons directly through your SolidWorks window. Okay. So now the first option you see is like the ERP BOM. So ERP BOM or SAP BOM is something which we give basically a BOM that can be readily uploaded to your respective ERP or the SAP system. Okay. So how do we do it? What we do is we basically understand the format, the database of your ERP or SAP system. We understand what are the information that is required to be taken to the ERP system from your 3D CAD system. And we do a basic customization and we make sure all the required information goes inside your ERP system, right? So if I click on ERP system, ERP BOM, so I get a window wherein I get the complete tree details of my assembly, of the any given assembly it could be, right? So how it does this is basically takes up the first sub-assembly, its child, second sub-assembly, its child, third sub-assembly, its child, and the top level items. So these fields as required can be customized and pushed to your respective ERP system. So it could be anything: part number, description, quantity, revision, part type, source, material, unit weight, total weight, whatever. So any field that you feel is required to be added here, that can also be added here, customized and added over here. All the reports can also be exported in Excel format as well. Next, what we see is the design BOM. So design BOM is nothing but an enhanced version of our SolidWorks intended BOM, right? So it covers up the complete tree details, complete level by level information. So it takes up the first top level details, then sub-assembly details with respective quantity, and so on. At the end here, you get the finished weight summary of all the consolidated finished weight summary, right? So this is basically this is the total weight of plain carbon steel being used in this particular machine. So cast alloy total weight of the total consolidated weight totally used in the machine. So this helps you plan the project during the design phase itself. So now these BOMs can be released during the design phase itself. So you need not wait for completion of your manufacturing drawings for initiating the planning process, right? Next, there's something called part list by type BOM. So this basically eases out for basic segregation, a consolidated list again. So basically you can get the details of all the manufacturing parts with a click of button, right? So you can know what are the manufacturing parts and their total quantities. So you get a consolidated list of this is basically more or less a filtered report for different type of items. So if I want to know what total hardware is available in the machine, so I can get these details. So I can pass on the respective required information to the respective department as and when required. And all these information are being pulled out of your 3D CAD system. There is next something called priority part list. So we have been talking about the manufacturing lead time and the purchase lead time. So now with this, you can create a priority list. So now the category which we are dividing is like high, medium, and low priority list. So now items with higher manufacturing lead time falls to your high priority part list. Medium priority part list are the items with average manufacturing lead time, and low is the with the minimum manufacturing lead time. So this way you can plan your long lead items first, average lead items next, and low lead items at the end. So this way we can make sure our project would never get delayed. Right. So it goes for manufacturing parts as well as your hardware or BOP items. So the so item you want to segregate, you can of course you can go and check that information. Any questions still here? Anyone would like to ask anything? If anything is not clear, I can repeat it. All right, let's go ahead with further presentation. So next, there's something called issue to production, issue to purchase, issue to quality. So now this is the process of keeping a track of the information of drawing released to different departments within the organization, right? So you can have a information like which drawing has been released to which department, which gentleman, on which date, and how many times it has been issued. So what we here are proposing is like you need not maintain a separate Excel or a register for keeping up this record of release of details. You can keep all the information inside your SolidWorks files, and you can get them, you can retrieve them at any point of time, and you need not release same drawing again and again to same department and the same person, right? So let's say I want to check it for quality, so I can get the information for quality as well. So department wise we can do. So in any case, if you feel any department is missing out there, so you can let us know. We can basically customize it for you. Next interesting feature is like the project costing. So project costing, based on experience, we have put in certain inputs. So if you feel any major cost component is missing, you can let us know. We can customize it for you. So what we're calling is like fabrication cost, consumable item cost, hardware bought out cost, engineering, packing, and transportation. So fabrication cost is nothing but the complete material, raw material cost, right? So here what we're doing is basically we are getting the material with its respective weight, finished weight. What we're doing is we're basically putting in the respective cost per kg to my organization. So when I say cost per kg, it's like the cost to my company, right? So how much does it cost to my company? So let's say I put some random prices here, right? 75 per kg. 304, I put 500 rupees a kilo. So maybe the market prices may be different from here. I'm just putting some random prices here, right? So this we have put in the per kg cost of each of the raw material. Next is like consumable items. The consumable items like paint, lubrication oil, or any such component which is not part of your 3D, but you want to make it part of your bill of material, you can add that here. Let's say I'm skipping this for now. Next is the bought out and the hardware items, right? So I can put my per piece cost of my hardware items, let's say. Right. So all your hardware and BOP. So this way we are just trying to make sure we are covering up all the major cost component for which are basically driving our major project cost. So next is the, let's say, design engineering. So how much time do I need to complete this project? I say I need 150 hours to complete this job. My cost per hour is, let's say, 300 rupees an hour. Next, let's say I need to do some kind of structural calculation. let's say that's a 50-hour job, and my cost per hour is like, let's say, 1,000 rupees an hour, right? Next is the packing. Let's say I want to do some kind of roadworthy packing here. My box size is, let's say, 15 feet by 15 feet by 25 feet, let's say. And number of boxes I need is 2. And my cost per cubic feet is, let's say, 30 rupees per cubic feet. Next is the transportation. Let's say I need to transport through a 40 feet truck. I need 1 vehicle, and the cost per vehicle is, let's say, 2 lakh rupees, right? And I say create report. This way we can get the complete project cost, right? So with individual components, the manufacturing cost, consumable, we skipped it, so we don't have any cost for that. This is my hardware BOP cost. That's my engineering. That's my packing. That's my transportation, and that's my total project cost. So it becomes eased out. So it becomes really easy for us to do this costing and get the complete project cost. So as I said, if you feel any of the major cost component is missing out here, you can let us know. We can add it. We can customize it for you. It's the best part of the software is like you can add anything, you can customize as per your industry requirements. Moving further, let's talk about the comparison of machines. So now what is this comparison? So comparison is nothing but we are here giving you a provision wherein you can go and compare different projects at the same point of time. So when I say different projects, so there could be different projects in execution, right? And I want to know what are the common details. Like what happens is when we are handling a program, when we are handling multiple projects, sometimes a scenario comes in when we have a lot of components in common in 2 or 3 differently getting executed projects, right? So there could be different projects wherein we can have some common components, but as a practice, what we do is we basically plan them individually for with respect to the each project, and we end up releasing drawings individually for both the projects separately. So what we here saying is basically we need not do that now. So you can go now quickly and click and generate a comparison report for yourself. So this comparison report gives the information of all the major, all the common parts and the unique items, and it gives you the total quantity of total common items and what are the required items that to be assembled in the respective machines. So this way you can plan all the common parts together and reduce your scrap by a lot of percentages, I would say. And this is a huge saving for my organization. When I plan my same components together, so that's in a bulk quantity, so I get a lot of saving in my material scrap, raw material scrap. Next, let's say I want to purchase hardware. I can place an order for bulk order for my hardware items, right? So this way I can get some volume cost benefit from my vendor again, and that is again a huge cost saving for my organization, right? So anything would like to ask? Any questions? Any queries still here? Anything you would like to ask? Anyone?
Hello? 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 Hello?
You're audible.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
I just want to ask, sir, that in issue to production report, how software know that this drawing has been issued to production?
Sir, here what we are saying is basically we will be giving you a format wherein complete tabular format, okay, wherein you can fill all the information, required information in your SolidWorks file itself. Okay, so what we are here saying is instead of maintaining a register for release details, we are asking the designers to put the information inside your SolidWorks itself. So, and you can retrieve this information from your SolidWorks file.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay. Got it, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So with basically BOM Creator, now designers can create complete BOM part list, part out list with more ease, right? So and everything can be created, as I said, during the design phase itself. Now, no, you now designers or anyone need not waste time in uploading BOMs in a ERP or SAP system. You can get with a click, you can upload the information out there. You can get a detailed information BOM with complete raw material summary. With priority list, you can plan your project and all the hassles inside the organization. With drawing issue details, you can keep a track on your release of drawings. You can segregate like what are the items required to be manufactured in house, what are required to be outsourced, etc. You can save a lot of material scrap, a lot of time and a lot of energy, right? Which is again huge saving to my organization. So what are the major key benefits? What we're talking with an error-free BOM through the SAP system. We are trying to expedite the complete process, complete manufacturing process. We are easing out your drawing tracking details, project costing, right? Release of multiple machines. So yeah, it works on top of your SolidWorks 3D CAD system, Solid Edge and Autodesk Inventor. All reports are created in Excel, so you can have any kind of Excel, Microsoft Excel, OpenOffice Excel, or any system. It supports all the Excel format, but you need only a basic Excel format to create your BOM report. So that's the basic product matrix. So we have 4 modules here: BOM Creator Ultralight, Light, Advanced, and Premium. Ultralight, in Ultralight, you can create complete basic BOM with the complete raw material details. You can get a segregated part list and create a priority list. In Light, you will have all the features of Ultralight, plus you get the SAP ERP integration. In Advanced, you have the tracking details, fabrication place details, and costing. In Premium, you get the comparison of machines. Standalone as well as floating license. Right, for floating, you will require minimum 3 number of licenses. All licenses are available in Light. So license will expire at the end of the 1 year from the date of installation. So you will require to renew them, and you need a fully working Excel, right? As I said, installed on these machines with SolidWorks, Solid Edge, or Autodesk Inventor only. These are a few of our customers. Machines, speedway machines again into the pouch making machines, brush mesh into the agriculture equipment manufacturing. Competent is into the manufacture of crimping machinery, crimping tools and crimping machinery. Movro into conveyors and automation. If you have any more questions, please feel free to let us know your query, your questions.
Hello.